That's what I ran it off on. Actually, Mom did. I was getting dressed and then coming here, so I didn't have much time. So this is the unedited version of Levi Hade's eulogy. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate the life and death of Levi Hade. I, like most of you here today, have known Levi for a long time. And I, also, like most of you, was deeply disturbed when I heard the sad news that Levi had fallen in love. It appeared as though that vicious beast had struck again. The love bug is a vicious beast, as I've said before. Its extremely venomous bite can make a poor lad like Levi go crazy. The most common symptoms are falling in love, dating, and marriage, approximately in that order. Territorial marking is not uncommon. The best we can tell, the love bug struck when Levi was sitting beside Abby on the way to a youth night in the church van. For some reason, that is when that ornery bug decided to bite, biting poor Levi, who was innocent as could be. Now, I must tell you that at this time, Abby and Levi were both working at the White Nails butcher shop. I thought I should get some witnesses to, back me up on this. So I asked the proprietor of the said shop how this affected their relationship and attitude toward one another. He said, and I quote, "Levi was in, hook, line, sinker, lock, stock, and barrel, head and shoulder, knees and toes." When I asked about Abby, he said I couldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. He said in a hushed tone, she was definitely more aggressive. So began the next stage of this horrible illness, more commonly known as dating. Levi became more and more mellow, and Abby even more dominant. Soon, Levi began to spend money and buy flowers, trying to win her heart, which wasn't a hard thing to do, considering she had already set her cap for him, as the saying goes. The rigors of dating had begun to show. Levi was getting tired and irritable. He soon began to look like a hunted animal. Abby was flitting between bad and good moods like a sparrow between bramble bushes. Since they were both working at the butcher shop, this led to some very comical days. I was there for some of them. I again asked the proprietor of the shop what he thought this stage was like, and he said we were having more fun, and I quote, "We were having more fun than a bunch of porcupines in a balloon factory." Now began the final stage. Levi was getting his leash yanked more and more, but the love bug was too strong for him to open his blinded eyes. Then one day we heard the awful news. The final stage of the relationship had come. They were engaged. It was sad news that there would no longer be single Levi Hade, but Mr. and Mrs. Abby Newcomer. In an ironic twist, in this last stage of the illness is when the love bug commonly dies. With that said, I hope the love bug never dies within your marriage.